This Aries New Moon, which arrives with us on Friday, the 17th of April, is a very unusual one. It's part of a powerful gathering of planets in Aries, and most importantly, it's an unfolding just as Mars moves forward towards Saturn to begin a new 2-year synodic cycle. So we're not talking about a new moon of fresh starts as it often is in Aries. It's a new moon about commitment, direction, and the shaping of effort over time. So we're at another threshold, people. I'm not obsessed with thresholds. It's actually what's happening. It's not just this, this nice little new moon that we can set our intentions to. It is the beginning of a cycle with weight, with gravitas. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Karen Sullivan, and this is Soul Symbols Astrology. So let's get the charts up to this packed, energetic new moon. Here we are. So here is Aries bursting at the boundaries, as you can see, and we have the 5 out of 7 traditional planets in one sign. So it's a pretty rare concentration. We've got the sun and moon, obviously, because it's new moon, but we also have Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune is present here too, one of the outer planets. So Aries is the place of emergence. It's, an initiatory sign, often described as I am. It's that first step. It's the beginning of spring. It's the emerging in the northern hemisphere of all the plants that have laid dormant over winter. So it's that spark before the path is actually laid out before us. But because Saturn is present here, this isn't as impulsive as Aries can sometimes be. It's very intentional here with Saturn. So it is something that is beginning now, but is looking for sustained effort. So our intentions are looking for sustained effort. And here you can see the new moon in Saturn's bounds and Venus's face, the decan of Venus. So the new moon is in Mars's sign. Mars rules Saturn's bounds, Venus face. So Mars we can look at as the beginner, the energetic to begin, that action forward. We have Saturn stabilizing, bringing limits, bringing balance. And we have Venus, which is bringing that meaning and value and that relational aspect here. So we could really look at this as a beginning that wants to last, not something reactive, but something that we choose to do. So that Saturn as bound ruler is bringing that seriousness, that gravitas, and Venus as face ruler is giving us that alignment with what we truly care about. So this lunation is carrying both that gravitas and the heart. Let's get you back here. We are. So the centerpiece of this is obviously Mars, because it's ruling this new moon, but it is Mars applying to Saturn, and I will have a little look. I'll have a deeper look at this next week. Okay, so it's beginning what's called its new synodic cycle. Mars takes 2 years to go around the zodiac, so therefore it meets Saturn every 2 years. And it's kind of the core of what I want to say about this new moon. So it's the texture, the flavor of what we are seeding here in Aries. So we have Mars here representing movement, effort, courage, initiative, heat, desire to act. And then we've got Saturn, who is all about, he loves foundations and structure to build. He likes the limits, endurance, time. He wants things to last, not to be a flash of impulse and inspiration and to fall into the ground. But he's also looking, that archetype looks for responsibility and commitment here. So together, when Mars meets Saturn, it's almost like action. The action we want to do, that impulse to go, is meeting reality. So it is a new cycle between effort and structure. If we've got Mars alone, it's going to be moving quickly, whereas Saturn is moving really slowly. So if you add Mars with Saturn, it's deliberate movement. It's a beautiful combination in that respect. So we can look at, we're seeding purposeful motion here. And because this conjunction is happening here in Aries, Mars has got the strength, it's his temple. So the initiative is clear, and his direction is likely to be active rather than blocked, because Saturn is also in his fall. So he's in the opposite sign of his exaltation. So Libra, so he's a little kind of under the weather here, okay? So that again is not going to bring that blockage. So we're not looking at a Saturn who is saying no and blocking and putting obstacle after obstacle in the way. It's not that kind of suppression of action that can come with Saturn and Mars. It's a shaping of action. So this new moon and our intentions that we're going to seed with this energetic and archetypes sat in the sign may be asking us what we're truly willing to commit our effort to right in this moment. And in traditional astrology, all the planets that are present in one sign, even if they're not in conjunction, which just intensifies the archetypes that are coming together, they are all part of the archetypal landscape there in Aries. So we've got Mercury and Neptune in the Aries field. So Mercury is going to add things like decisions, conversations and agreements, plans, and will probably bring a clarity of intention to the whole proceedings. Then we have Neptune, which is, I've spoken about Neptune the other week. I've got a few videos, go look for them if you want to know more. But Neptune is asking for vision, imagination, but it can bring that fog of uncertainty, and it can push us into an idealism and future orientation. So together with Mars and Saturn, this vision becomes effort in action and structure and direction. So it's almost as if we're building something that doesn't yet fully exist, which fits beautifully with Neptune newly in Aries here. And you may think with all this like huge intensity, and it's in a fire sign and the sign of the warrior Mars, it's quite intense if you like a bit more flow. But we have got some beautiful energy in the sky. Okay, the two remaining traditional planets of Venus and Jupiter are in a beautiful condition. They are known as the benefics, okay? They're here to bring fertility, harmony, balance, beauty, abundance, expansion, all these lovely things that Jupiter and Venus bring. Well, Venus is sat in Taurus, and she's in a whole sign sextile to Jupiter in Cancer. So Venus is in her domicile. She's in her temple of Taurus. So she is very grounded, very stable, very fertile here, very in her element here in Taurus. It's her temple. And then the sextile to Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So again, he's strong. He's going to bring that nurturance, that protectiveness of Cancer. He's going to be expanding and making that area fertile. So it's the most supportive atmosphere at this time of this new moon and this Aries ignition. So while We have this hot and active Aries. The two benefics are strong and steady. So, yeah, we're talking groundedness, nourishment, stability, emotional reassurance, continuity, and care. So, if Aries is where we begin something, Taurus and Cancer can be where we can turn to sustain that. That is that beautiful energy that can be sustaining. So if that Aries energy feels intense or demanding, which is likely to feel with that amount packing out one very active and hot sign, the sky is also offering somewhere softer to land. Okay. So it prevents the Mars Saturn cycle from feeling so harsh. It becomes effort, but we have a support of care and beauty here. You might be asking, that's a lot about the other planets, but you need to remember that we are seeding from this atmosphere in the sign of Aries, that fire sign, with all those energetics in all that archetypal field and energy. It's a lot. It really is a lot. So the Aries new moon is preparing the ground for a new Mars Saturn cycle, a beginning. But it's asking, what are we willing to take seriously, to work towards, and what deserves our effort over the next 2 years, and particularly in this month ahead in this new lunation cycle. And while the sky is asking us for that courage and commitment, it's also offering support through Venus and Jupiter. And it's reminding us that we can begin now, we can grow steadily if it's rooted in what we truly value. So this week is probably a good time to notice what is beginning, notice what's asking for commitment, and what feels worth building. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that's helpful. I am now going to do horoscopes for every sign, starting, of course, with Aries. I'll see you there. Aries. So you have a lot going on in your sign. It's taking place in your first house, so your ascendant. So it's making it especially personal and direct for you. It may mark a reset in identity, direction, agency, but it's not going to be a light reset. We have Saturn present and Mars applying towards Saturn to begin that new year, that new 2-year synodic cycle. So this is a moment where you're being asked to take yourself seriously. So you may want to look at how you act in the world and how maybe that's changing, or how you define yourself, and whether that's becoming more deliberate. So this new moon for you and the synodic cycle of Saturn and Mars isn't about reacting quickly. It's about choosing consciously who you're becoming. And because this lunation falls in Saturn's bounds, the emphasis here is on responsibility and structure. It could be that you're stepping into a role that asks more of you, or committing yourself to a direction that requires endurance rather than speed. But Venus ruling the face of the lunation suggests that the change is aligned with your values. It's not simply about duty, it could be really meaningful for you. And then with that Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer, this is where your support is going to come through resources and home foundations. So the steadier your base becomes, the more confidently you can step forward. And I'm going to bring you back now, Aries, and we will pull you a card. So let's have a look, Aries, what we've got from the Oracle of the Crow. Okay, see what else we can add to it. So we have gratitude. Okay, so this is about cultivating gratitude for life's blessings. It enhances happiness and appreciation. So maybe there's some pressure on you, you as a person, Aries. So maybe that is the oracle telling you to have gratitude. Maybe gratitude for Venus and Jupiter and the support that that's bringing. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I really hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, Taurus. So, this new moon is happening in your 12th house. So, it's a new moon that is beginning something quietly for you here. It's not yet visible, but it's really important. With 5 traditional planets gathered in Aries, something is shifting behind the scenes for you. And that could be on a psychological, spiritual, or in preparation for future change in identity when the sun moves into Taurus, your first house, shortly afterwards. So the Mars moving towards Saturn suggests a 2-year cycle beginning in a hidden place. So this often corresponds with preparation, healing work, letting go of old effort patterns, or redefining what strength actually means to you. Because this new moon is falling in Saturn's bounds, there's a seriousness here for you, Taurus. Something's ending its usefulness, and at the same time, you have something quietly forming in the background. So be aware of that dream life, of your imaginal life, and your body. We can intuit very well through our body. So Venus is in your sign, in your first house, and Jupiter is in Cancer. So they're providing strong support through confidence, communication, and relational reassurance. So even if that path ahead isn't fully visible for you yet, the ground beneath you is stable. So trust what is taking place beneath the surface there for you. All right, Taurus, I'll get you back and we will pull you a card. So, Taurus, we're going to pull you a card popped out Oracle of the Crow, beautiful, Awakening. You have awakening, Taurus. So experience awakening through self-awareness and expanded consciousness, bringing clarity and deep insight. So this is beautiful for your 12th house, Taurus. We're talking, the 12th house is often about the unconscious. So you may find things begin to emerge for you here. So put that intention to awaken to whatever it is you want to awaken, to ask for that expansion in, psychologically, spiritually. And you can be looking for clarity and deep insight. All comes through the 12th house. So excellent for you. That's what I have for you, Taurus. And I will see you on the next one. Hello, Gemini. So this new moon is beginning a new chapter in your relationship with community, friendships, and long range direction here in your 11th house. And with that Mars applying to Saturn here, the next 2 years may reshape how you collaborate with others or participate in shared goals here. You may be committing yourself more fully to groups, projects, or a collective vision that requires a sustained effort. So this really isn't about casual involvement. It's about meaningful participation here, Gemini. So Mercury, your ruler, is part of this Aries stellium, and that gathering suggests conversations are now decisive for you. You may have plans that are forming very quickly and networks becoming purposeful rather than socially alone. Okay. Because the lunation sits in Saturn's bounds, the emphasis for you will be on reliability and structure within those friendships and alliances. You're learning who can be counted on and who can't here. So keep your eyes open for that. The support you have is Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer quietly here, supporting you through inner confidence and emotional security. So even if your social world is shifting or begins to shift, your foundation is going to be strengthening. So I'm going to get you back now, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. So we're going to pull you a card from the Crow's Insight. Oh, what do we have here for you? We have courage. So courage, Gemini, okay. Face fears with courage and determination. Well, you're going to have plenty of that in your 11th house. So if you've got fears and misgivings and you're worried about something, particularly around your friends, social groups, networks, it says here bravery opens doors to new possibilities for you. And the 11th house is beautiful. It's the joy of Jupiter. It's the place of good spirit, the house of good spirit. So it's a place where your friends, networks, and even benefactors may come and support you in what you're intending to move ahead with. But that bravery sounds the key from the cards. Bravery will open new doors to new possibilities for you, Gemini. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer. So you have this new moon in your 10th house. So it's a powerful new moon for direction, visibility, and responsibility. The 10th house is your public house. So with Mars moving towards Saturn at the top of your chart, a 2-year cycle begins, and that may be around effort and commitment in that public life. So it may correspond with career developments, leadership responsibilities, or it could be a change in how others recognize your role in the world, your public role. So it probably won't be, if that shift happens, it won't be a temporary shift. It's a structural one. It's Saturn there, because that lunation is happening in Saturn's bounds. So something here is asking for maturity. So you may be stepping into authority or clarifying your priorities in a way that shapes the future. There may be leadership roles or something that's requiring more responsibility and maturity from you. And Venus ruling the face of the lunation is suggesting that whatever you're building must reflect what you genuinely value, not simply what's expected of you. So you may need to be looking at the sense of what you value, what is of value to you. Jupiter exalted in your sign, Cancer, provides extraordinary support here. So growth is available, confidence is available. So trust your instinct about where you're being asked to stand, Cancer. I'm going to get you back now and we'll throw you a card. So, hello, Cancer. You're back again. I'm going to throw you a card. It's Crow's Insight Oracle deck. Okay, let's see what. Oh, there we are. Out. Beautiful. Serenity. Okay, so you've got to find serenity in your public house with all that moving through. It says, find serenity in moments of peace and tranquility. It restores calm and inner balance. Okay, so if you're finding these energies intense, the guidance from the oracle is to find serenity in moments of peace. So that might be your meditation, whatever it is, a walk in nature, swim in the sea, find that calm and inner balance, Cancer. Okay, that's what I have for you. I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo. So this new moon is happening for you in the 9th house. So it's opening a new chapter in your relationship with meaning, learning, and that could be higher learning, spiritual learning, and direction of your beliefs. That can be a philosophical base as well. So Mars applying to Saturn here suggests a 2-year cycle beginning around education, teaching, publishing, travel, or philosophical commitment. Something you believe is becoming something you live. So it's a translation from your head to embodiment here. So it can feel like stepping onto a path rather than exploring possibilities, not something you're forcing, something that's emerging, a way forward that's emerging for you. And because the lunation falls in Saturn's bounds, what you're learning now is going to have weight and gravitas. So it's not about having, this casual curiosity about something. It's a framework that supports your future direction. So good news for you, those of you who are taking on higher learning or you're into new learning of some sort. So Venus in Taurus supports your public reputation and authority, while Jupiter in Cancer is going to be strengthening inner guidance and intuition. So together they are going to provide both visibility and protection as your worldview evolves. So follow what feels purposeful rather than just, passing interest or curiosity. So that's what I have for you, Leo. I should get you back now. So here we are. Oh, here we are, Leo. Oh, blimey. The cards just flipped out and you got two that flipped out. So I'm going to read both of them for you. Oh, wow. This is the first one that popped out was Destiny and then Hope. Okay, it couldn't be better for the ninth house. So Destiny says, follow the path that aligns with your true purpose and aspirations. That really is, the ninth house is called the house of God, very much about purpose. Dharma is one of the Dharma houses. It unfolds your unique journey. Follow the path that aligns with your true purpose and aspirations. It unfolds your unique journey. And then hope. Hold on to hope during challenges and uncertainty. It fuels optimism and resilience. So beautiful cards for you. And all that stellium in your ninth house may be quite challenging, may challenge your long held beliefs or shift something quite fundamental for you there. So that's what I have for you. I hope that was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Virgo. So this new moon for you is happening in your 8th house. So this new moon is going to begin serious cycle of transformation around shared resources, commitments, and emotional depth. And with Mars applying to Saturn here, something about responsibility within partnership. So that can be financial, emotional, or psychological. That will be becoming more defined. That responsibility over the next 2 years. So it's not a light process going on here, but it is going to bring a stabilizing, a sense of stability here for you. And because Mercury, your ruler, is participating in this big stellium gathering, conversations around agreements and boundaries, they might become to the forefront now for you. And clarity may be replacing any sense of uncertainty you've got around these themes and topics. So the lunation taking place in Saturn's bound suggests realism and accountability are essential, but Venus ruling the face reminds you that this work is relational. It supports connection rather than limiting it here. Saturn sometimes limits. So Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer are offering strong support through friendship and shared purpose. So you're not navigating this transformation alone, Virgo. Okay, I'm going to bring you back now and I am going to pull you an oracle card. There you are, Virgo. So let's pull you a card from the Rose Insight and see what we can add to this matter. Right, that wants to come. Oh, loneliness. Okay. So, Virgo, it says embrace moments of loneliness with self-reflection. Be the one to reach out and connect with others. And we had a lot in your horoscope saying that you're not facing transformation alone. So this oracle is actually asking you to, when you do get those moments alone, to embrace them with self-reflection. The 8th house does call for self-reflection, as you heard in the horoscope, but don't isolate yourself. It's saying reach out and connect with others. Okay, that's what I have for you, Virgo, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Libra. So this new moon is happening in your 7th house. So the new moon is marking the beginning of a new cycle in relationships for you here, Libra. And with Mars applying to Saturn in your partnership sector, the next 2 years are going to bring clarity around commitment, boundaries, and cooperation. Some relationships will deepen and others will redefine themselves. So, this is a moment where agreements become seriously. So, whether it's in spousal, intimate relationships or business partnerships, okay? Because that lunation falls in Saturn's bounds, partnership will become structured rather than assumed, and expectations should be clarified for you here, Libra. Venus ruling the face of the lunation and also being your chart ruler suggests the process is ultimately about alignment with what you truly value in connection. Venus in Taurus, very strong there. Your ruling planet supports shared resources, and Jupiter in Cancer is strengthening your public direction. So relationships now help stabilize the future rather than distracting from it. So choose what is sustainable for you, Libra. I'm just going to get you back and then I will pull you an oracle card. 1 second. Here we are, Libra. We have you back. I'm going to pull you a card from this Crow's Insight Oracle. Unlock the mysteries with the wisdom of the crows. Ooh, we've had one flick here. Okay. Perspective, Libra. Okay. So shift your viewpoint to see things with different eyes, okay? And because this new moon is happening in your 7th house, it may be shifting your perspective to see things through other people's eyes. 7th house is other, okay? And if you're doing too much of that, it may be about shifting your perspective through your own eyes, okay? Or it could be seeing things just, like the Hangman card, seeing things from a completely different angle. That's what I was trying to think of. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Perspective, 7th house, new moon. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Scorpio. So this new moon is happening in your 6th house. So this new moon will bring a 2-year cycle around work, health, and daily structure. So Mars is your traditional ruler, and that's applying to Saturn, and it's signaling a period where effort becomes disciplines. So it may be changes in habits or your responsibilities becoming clearer and the way you use your energy becoming more intentional. So it's an opportunity to build strength slowly and steadily. So for those of you on a new health regime, this is wonderful. It literally can build your strength, your muscle. Because the lunation is occurring in Saturn's bound, that consistency is more important than the speed you achieve whatever it is you're looking to achieve. So small decisions will be shaping long-term stability. So you're better off doing 2 minutes of exercise a day that you can sustain than 20 minutes that seems too much of a reach. Okay. Venus ruling the face of the lunation is suggesting cooperation with others is going to really support your progress. And you don't have to do everything alone, Scorpio. Remember that, okay? Venus is relational. So Venus is actually in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer, and they are going to provide relational support and confidence in your direction. So as your routines strengthen, your wider path will become clearer. That is the message for you. I'm going to get you back, Scorpio, and get you an oracle card. So there we are, Scorpio. Right, I'm going to pull you a card from Unlocking the Mysteries with the Wisdom of the Crows. Oh, there we are. Wow. Journey. You have journey, Scorpio. So it says life is a journey filled with experiences. Cherish each moment and the lessons they bring. Okay, so as you focus on health, work, and all those mundane routines, okay, cherish each moment, each small step. I said about small steps, didn't I? Each moment. because they're going to bring you lessons, okay? Life's a journey and all that, Scorpio. Okay, that's what I have for you, and I will see you in the next one, Scorpio. Bye-bye. Hello, Sagittarius. So, this new moon for you is in your fifth house. So, it's going to uh, beginning a creative cycle that asks for commitment rather than just inspiration, that creative inspiration. So, with Mars applying to Saturn here, something about creativity, children, romance, or self expression is going to become structured over the next 2 years. Um, so it could be the beginning of a project that requires patience and effort, but carries real meaning for you here, Sagittarius. It's about building something that you care about. And because the lunation is sitting in Saturn's bounds, your creative life becomes more deliberate, more intentional, okay? But Venus ruling the face reminds you that joy remains central to the process. And the other thing, you've got a double whammy here, Sagittarius, because the fifth house is the joy of Venus, okay? It is good fortune, this house. Okay, so remember that if it feels like heavy or overcrowded here. Venus is in Taurus, and that is going to support your daily rhythms and well-being, while Jupiter, your ruler, is exalted in Cancer, and that is going to strengthen emotional depth and shared trust for you. So what you create now can last. That's what I have for you here. I'm going to bring you back and pull you a card from the Oracle. And here you are, Sagittarius. So I'm just going to pull you a card. It's from Unlock the Mysteries with the Wisdom of the Crow. Let's see what this brings for you, Sagittarius. Oh, you're the only one that... Oh, there it goes. I was going to say you're the only one that hasn't flipped out. Guidance. Okay. So, yeah, seek guidance from mentors and trusted advisors. This is what the card's asking for. It provides wisdom and perspective, okay? And you're ruled by Jupiter, so there's an expansiveness to everything. So expand your embrace of someone who maybe can give you that different perspective, that different wisdom, particularly if you're breaking new ground with creativity, creative projects. The fifth house, you were the fifth house, weren't you? I forgot. Yeah. The fifth house can also be about entrepreneurship. So particularly if you're doing that, don't be afraid to go for guidance. Okay. You have this new moon in your house of good fortune. So check in on every support you can get now, Sagittarius. All right. That's what I have for you. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Capricorn. So this new moon for you is happening here in your fourth house. So it's beginning a new chapter around home, foundation, your roots and belonging. So with Mars applying to Saturn, who's your ruler, something about your base of life becomes structured over the next 2 years. And this is on your angle, so you will feel this, okay? So it may involve family responsibilities, living arrangements, or emotional stability around the home and family. So this really is about building security for you. And because the lunation is falling in Saturn's bounds, your ruler again, the decisions that you make now will carry long-term consequences. But Venus ruling the face suggests these decisions are guided by care and relational values. So if you're unsure about your decision, lean into that care and relational values. We can never go wrong when we're moving from there. And Venus in Taurus supports creativity and pleasure, while Jupiter in Cancer is strengthening your partnerships. The people around you help stabilize what is changing at home. So lean into them as well, Capricorn. Strengthening foundations now supports everything else that follows. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to bring you back and pull you an oracle card now. 1 second. Here we are. Capricorn, okay, let's have a look what we have here for you. It's the mysteries, unlocking the mysteries with the wisdom of the crows. Clever they are, the crows. When you watch them, incredibly clever. What have we got for you? Oh, you have two come out here. Okay, and they're very opposite. The first one that came out was anger, very much a Mars thing. So I'm guessing you need to be aware that anger may arise. There's a lot of pressure in that fourth house of home and family, okay? And then gratitude, which probably is the balancing scales for you. So the anger says channel anger into constructive action and understanding. Okay, nothing wrong with anger, is what we do with it. It can fuel positive change and personal growth. So I'm guessing that Mars is going to be important for you. And Mars is exalted in your sign of Capricorn when it's there. Okay, so it's another strong planet for you, Capricorn. And alongside that fueling positive change and personal growth, cultivate gratitude for life's blessing. It enhances happiness and appreciation. Okay, so yeah, don't push your anger down, acknowledge it, channel it, and have gratitude for the things that you find beauty in and the things at home that sustain you and build firm foundations. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope that was really helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. So this new moon is in your third house. So it's going to begin a 2-year cycle around communication, learning, and local environment. With that Mars applying to Saturn here, and Saturn is your ruler, Aquarius, conversations become really purposeful here. Plans become structured, and you may begin a study path, teaching role, writing projects, or agreements that shape your direction over time. And because Saturn is your ruler, the cycle is carrying particular importance for you. So not only is Saturn with the ruler of this new moon, it is in Saturn's bounds. Okay. So it's suggesting clarity and responsibility in how you communicate. Your words now create structure. So if you look at it that way, the words are powerful and creating structure for you. Aquarius, Venus ruling the face will be softening the process and supporting cooperation with siblings, neighbours, cousins, colleagues, people local to you, okay? And Venus in Taurus will be stabilising home life, while Jupiter in Cancer is going to strengthen daily routines. So those together are providing support as your thinking becomes more focused. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to bring you back now and pull an oracle card for you. And here you are, Aquarius. So I'm going to pull from Unlock the Mysteries with the wisdom of the crow. I was going to say the rhythm of the crow. I had that song, the rhythm of the night. Don't know why that popped in my head. Might be special to some of you. Rhythm of the night. It is a new moon, is the darkness, is the night. One didn't pop out from you, it's hiding. Oh, jealousy. Okay. Understand jealousy with introspection and empathy. Okay. This is not necessarily you going to be jealous, although we're all subject to it on some level or another. It could be coming from elsewhere. So yeah, understand jealousy with introspection and empathy. It reveals desires and opportunities for personal growth. Okay. So if you're feeling jealous of someone else, just go down and say, what is it that I'm desiring? And if someone is jealous about you or something you're doing, think about, have the empathy towards them as well, to think about what it is they're desiring. Yeah, it does give opportunities for personal growth. I'm one of these people, I don't care what the shadow is, we can work with it and we can find gold in it, whatever it looks at first sight. Okay. So, jealousy, work with yours or others' jealousy, Aquarius. Okay. So, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in the next one, okay, Aquarius. Bye bye. Hello, Pisces. So, this new moon is in your second house, so it's going to be beginning a new financial and self worth cycle for you. With Mars applying to Saturn here, the next 2 years can bring structure to resources, income, and priority. It's a time to build stability through disciplined effort, Pisces. So, because the lunation is occurring in Saturn's bounds, realism about what you value and what supports you materially will become absolutely essential over this time. Venus ruling the face suggests this process is not only practical, it's about aligning resources with what truly matters to you. So look at where you're spending money. Is it frivolous luxury, or is it pushing into something that is really important and valuable to you? Yeah, Venus in Taurus strengthens communication and confidence, while Jupiter exalted in Cancer is going to be supporting your creativity and joy there in your fifth house. So together they help ensure that what you're building now is both stable and meaningful. So Pisces, it's the beginning of something that can support you for years to come. Beautiful. I'm going to get you back now. Oh, there you are, Pisces. So I'm going to pull you a card from Unlock the Mysteries with the Wisdom of the Crows. I love the crows, love watching them, just love them. They're the funniest creatures. They are extremely intelligent. They reckon they have an intellect of a 7-year-old. I reckon they got one older than that. Certainly got more intellect. No, stop that. Right. One's not going to pop out for you, so I'm going to split the deck. Ah, Pisces. Funny, I was talking about intelligence. This is a different kind of intelligence, wisdom. Okay. Seek knowledge and experience. Wisdom comes from learning, reflection, and life's lessons. Okay. So, in your second house, it is calling for wisdom. We often get the money resources house and we think, oh, God, money issues, especially with Saturn in there. But wisdom, yeah, seeking knowledge and experience. So look at your experience, okay? Seek knowledge, even if it's coming from other people, okay? Yeah, wisdom comes from learning, reflection, and life lessons. So what are your life lessons around self-worth and resources, including money? So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Really hope that was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.